In Oakland, where the Raiders have a 10-6 lead at halftime of the final preseason game. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jim Gray. Well, this will be the 46th year that the Raiders franchise has been in existence. And this will be the 43rd year that Al Davis has been at the helm. While he's been at the helm for 42 years, the Raiders have compiled the winningest percentage in all of pro football. And he's always done it his way, and he will continue to, and always with an aggressive approach.
Set out to redefine the world of football.
I had certain philosophies of my own, and that was, number one, what I call the vertical game. We were going to stretch the field vertically. When we came out of the huddle, we weren't looking for first downs. We didn't want to move the chains. We wanted touchdowns. We wanted the big play, the quick strike. They tell quarterbacks, take what they give you. That all sounds good to everybody, but I always went the other way. We're going to take what we want. And it's number one to say you want to do that. It's number two to say that you have the players to do it, but it's number three to do it. To do it on first down of any football game for that defense that you're playing against. For those cornerbacks who play out there on the corners to know that the Raiders are coming at you. They're coming at you on top, and they've got the speed to do it, and they will do it. That was Raider football.
In surveying the history of pro football, no one has had a more profound and lasting impact on the game than Al Davis. The achievements of his team, the Raiders, are unmatched. Their fame has spanned 5 decades, where they continue to dominate with the best record of any franchise in the NFL.
Keep this intensity! Way to go!
Davis's individual achievements are unequaled. In serving a multitude of roles, he influenced every aspect of the game. Because he dared to dream, he left a legacy of innovation that has changed the sport forever.
Just win, baby.
And with his relentless drive to create the greatest organization in pro sports, Al Davis made a larger social impact that benefited the lives of countless people.
Raiders on 3! 1, 2, 3!
His was not the work of a single season. It was a lifelong endeavor that stretched across the sweeping landscape of the modern era of professional football.
The Raiders are optimistic that this could be, cautiously optimistic, a great year. Remember the opener a week from tonight against the New England Patriots in New England. Then the home opener here at the Coliseum against Kansas City a week from Sunday. Back with highlights and stats on the Raiders Television Network.
10-6 Raiders, and just moments ago, George Atkinson had a chance to speak with Raiders head coach Norv Turner.
All right, guys, I'm here with Coach Norv Turner, your leading 10-6 coach at halftime. This is the last preseason game. Talk about the improvements that you've seen from the beginning of preseason till now.
Oh, we've gotten a lot better. You know, our starters have played good throughout the entire preseason. I like the way they came out tonight. Knew they weren't going to play a long time, but they came out serious and played well. The young guys have gotten better each preseason game, and we've got some young guys going pretty good right now, and I want them to finish off strong this second half.
You know, when you talk about new additions, Lamont Jordan has been unbelievable. Talk a little bit about his progress and how well he fits into your offense.
Oh, he's doing a great job, you know, and he's anxious to get the season started, so am I, so he can play 4 quarters, because a back like Lamont is going to get better as the game goes on, and as he gets his carries, he gets his catches, I think his presence will be felt even more.
All right, Coach, good luck to you. Back to you guys.
George, thank you very much. And the New Orleans Saints are going to get the football first, as limping off the field for the Raiders is Nash. And boy, you hate to see that in the preseason. New quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, Adrian McPherson. He's the rookie out of Florida State, so he will take over here in quarter number 3. He's 6'3", 218 pounds. Good size quarterback. Aaron Brooks not playing tonight. Todd Bowman played the entire first half. And they open up on the ground, and the Saints get good yardage. Antoine Smith with the gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Some younger players from the Raiders on defense as you take a look at Adrian McPherson. And as you said, Grant, he's had a little bit of a checkered past, been in the Arena Football League, had some issues, some personal issues at Florida State. But can't take this away from him. The guy's a great athlete.
Boy, he is an athlete. There's no question about it. And on a second down, Smith. And Smith has the Saints first down. And he's to the 36, maybe 37-yard line.
Marquise Smith, number 41, makes a stop for the Oakland Raiders. Marquise Smith is an interesting guy. Played for me at the University of California about 7 or 8 years ago. Was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, was a starter for them in the year 2000. In fact, he started 16 games at strong safety. And since then, he's put on some weight, moved to outside linebacker, and he is trying to make the Raiders.
Puck, I thought Artie was going to say that the kid left school early after Artie coached.
He hasn't recovered, I'll tell you that.
All right, it's first down, McPherson. Pressure on, and they almost get to him. Kenny Smith had a chance, and now McPherson just throws it away. Kenny Smith applying the pressure, the fourth-year player out of Alabama. And it's going to be second down.
Smith, the acquisition this offseason by the Raiders. You see him right there, getting up inside.
But you just said, what an athlete. I mean, that's an athletic move there to get by.
Extremely athletic.
You know, it's so much more difficult to catch these quarterbacks nowadays because they can all run, and it just ticks off the defense because they got to chase them. Then they get cut blocked. They hate it.
All right, second down and 10. And a draw play. And the Saints keep it on the ground. And with the carry for the Saints is Keith Joseph. Jay Foreman on the stop.
Jay Foreman, you know, we've talked about him in the last couple of games, but he joined the Raiders this past off season after being with the Buffalo Bills and most recently the the Houston Texans, where he had 42 consecutive starts. His dad, of course, Chuck Foreman of Minnesota Viking fame. As we take a look at Willie Brown signaling something into the defense, Norv says, what's the call? Willie says it's a cover 2, 4-3 cover 2.
All right, McPherson will work out of the gun on a third down and 5. And almost picked off. Good coverage there. Oh, penalty marker comes in. I thought Chris Carr was going for the football and almost collided, you know, with Nate Poole. Tough call there on Carr.
It was. I thought he was going for the ball. He just happened to run into the receiver at that time.
Number 1 defense.
But good coverage by Chris Carr. He breaks on the ball, and he's going for the ball. He just happens to run into the to the receiver before the ball gets there.
Correct call.
Again, I think it's the correct call.
Yeah.
No question about it. I like this guy, though. He's done a great job, as you guys have both talked about, returning punts, returning kickoffs, but I also like his tenacity as a defensive back.
So it's a first down after the penalty for Adrian McPherson and the Saints. 10-6 Raiders. And they set to the wide receiver, and making the catch is Henderson. And Henderson is run out of bounds by Carr.
But I tell you that Chris Carr shows a lot of speed and agility. You know, that guy could have gotten the outside, but he kept him to a 2-3 yard gain. And what Norv Turner said at halftime, very applicable. These guys have to mature and mature quickly because they're just one play away from getting some regular playing time.
A gain of 3 on the play for the Saints. They are into Raiders territory. And nice job batted down by Sands right at the line of scrimmage.
Turdell Sands, a huge player. 6'7", 335 pounds, a third-year man out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. He is a big guy. Now watch him inside right here. He's going to come across, get that big right hand up, and just swat the ball out of the air. That's excellent defensive line play by Turdell Sands.
All right, it's a third down and 7. Third quarter action here from the McAfee Coliseum, and the Saints go to 3 receivers, and McPherson again will work out of the shotgun. Raiders send 5. And incomplete. Coverage again by Carr. And we'll be looking at a 4th down as Henderson was the intended receiver.
You know, they seem to be going after Chris Carr a lot. Either that or Adrian McPherson just likes to throw to his left side.
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But you know, you take a look at this guy. He went to Boise State, as you guys said, but he's from Reno. He went to McQueen High School up in Reno, got away from the University of Nevada at Reno to go to Boise.
Well, it worked out for him, as you pointed out, the rookie free agent. And here is Carr again, and Carr's going to let it go as this one is headed towards the end zone. And the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 3rd quarter action with the Raiders leading 10-6 here on the Oakland Raiders television network.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 20.
Nice ride.
Thank you, Mocha Coca. Chrysler and Jeep came up on Buku Awards. And Dodge trucks
Back in Foxborough playing the Super Bowl champion.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't wait for that thing. It's going to be like a national championship game back there like they have in college. The excitement, the electricity is going to be in the air.
All right, the Raiders take over on the 20-yard line. They lead 10-6. We're in the 3rd quarter. Andrew Walter still in at quarterback. Nothing doing on the ground, and maybe a loss on the play. DeJuan Green on the carry. First 5 possessions, they took the football, the Raiders did. Collins orchestrating an 80-yard drive, touchdown to Randy Moss. Then a 3-play drive on the 2nd offense, a punt. 3rd drive of the football game, 7 plays resulting in a field goal. Then a 5-play drive stumbled, and they had to punt. And they fumbled after gaining 38 yards on their other possession. There is a look at your rookie 3rd-round draft pick out of Arizona, Andrew Walter. And Walter, play action. Walter looking, Walter throws, and stumbling was the receiver. It was Johnny Morant who, when he made the cut, his feet went out from under him, and it is an incomplete.
Yeah, and not one of Andrew Walter's better throws. He knew he should have put a little bit more on it to get it to him. But you're right, a combination of the little errant throw and Morant slipping, caused that to be incomplete.
I tell you, you stand next to this guy in the locker room. He is huge, 6'6", 230 pounds. He looks bigger than that to me.
Well, everybody does to you, Marty.
Thank you very much.
Green and Teo Johnson stand alongside the quarterback, Walter, and he looks. He has Morant and some room. He's to midfield. Foot race. And Morant is all the way inside the 30, out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Mel Mitchell saved the touchdown.
You know, a year ago, when the Oakland Raiders drafted Johnny Morant, they got him in the 5th round. And I'm telling you, it was a bargain. He's a guy that just came from a school, Syracuse, that asked him to block a lot. But he is developing into an outstanding receiver. Nice touch again by Walter, but watch number 19, Johnny Morant, Plunk, fight like heck to get off the line of scrimmage and successfully get downfield.
And he's a big guy. He's able to get away from defenders trying to put their hands on him.
All right, now it's DeJuan Green and off left tackle. And a short gain on the play. Picked up a couple, maybe 3. 10:40 clock moving 3rd quarter, and the Raiders once again threatening, leading 10-6.
You know, we've talked about it before. The trend in the league is to go to the big wide receivers who have a lot of speed, who can break tackles on short passes. And Johnny Morant's an example of that, along with Randy Moss and Terrell Owens, and it goes right down the list.
Jerry Porter.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Boy, a big night for Morant. Showed you the numbers, 3 catches, 131 yards. Carlos Francis, the 2nd-year speedster in motion. And Green wrapped up, and he's not going anywhere. Howard Green, 320-pounder out of LSU on the stop.
You know, it's a good job by Green. You're going to see him right on the nose guard here, come up the field and chase it down right there. Nice job by him of fighting through the traffic, so to speak. And that sometimes happens on slow developing counter plays, which is what the Raiders were trying to run there. Sure, Howard's concerned about what's going on in his home state.
Timeout, Oakland. That's their first charge. Timeout.
And the Raiders talk it over on the move here in the 3rd quarter.
Clearance has been held over, so save the dates to save big. Come get up to $4,000 cash back on select models. There are just a few days left to save on the V6 Hyundai Santa Fe. And don't forget, Hyundai's award-winning quality lets us offer America's best warranty. It's your last chance for up to $4,000 cash back. Held over through Labor Day at Hyundai. So hurry in. Hyundai summer clearance has been held over. Hurry in for up to $4,000 cash back.
Hey, you're done shopping for car insurance?
Yes.
Funny. Did they compare this rate to other companies?
No.
How about service?
No.
Hey, think easier. With one call to 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, a licensed professional will help you make the decision that's right for you.
Well, the Chrysler Group's done it again with their most award-winning and freshest lineup ever.
Chrysler Group vehicles are projected to retain their value better than Ford or GM.
Chrysler Group vehicles have significantly improved quality over the last 3 years.
You know, there's still something missing here.
This Labor Day weekend, get employee pricing plus cash allowance on the remaining 2005 Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge models.
So remember, if you can find a better car, buy it. Now we're talking.
Well, congratulations to Derek Weathers from Sparks, Nevada, last week's text winner, and he was fortunate enough to win 4 tickets to a suite and 4 field passes to the Raiders-Bills game on October 23rd, and you can do the same. Just text message 86212 now. And which Super Bowl is the most memorable? 11, 15, or 18? We talk about Super Bowl 15. And, of course, the Raiders were a wild card entry that year. And on a mission in 1980, the Super Bowl would carry over into January 25th, 1981. And, you know, really, we talked about it at the beginning of the telecast. As you look at Carlos Francisco in motion on 3rd and 7. Walter stumbling a little bit, and it's incomplete. Intended for Teo Johnson, but I bring that game up, Monk, as you look at Super Bowl 15. And again, the theme New Orleans, the Superdome, and that city right now in peril. And certainly the highlight of your great NFL career, I would think, right at the top of the list.
Oh, it certainly was. Very excited to kind of be back in the NFL after backing up Kenny Stabler for 2 years and getting my opportunity. You know, I relish that victory in New Orleans.
27-10, the final score. Janikowski, this will be from 43 yards. And Janikowski extends the lead to 13-6. Third quarter action here from McAfee Coliseum, and the Raiders with the lead.
Yes, Sacramento.
Good day, Sacramento.
En español.
7 days a week.
The area's favorite morning show now available with just a touch of a button. News, traffic, and weather.
En español.
Entertainment.
En español.
Places to go.
En español.
And our interpreters are more than voices. They're a live part of the show.
Good day, Sacramento on the SAP.
Donde usted encuentra más por la mañana.
Where you get more in the morning.
So does this plan come with unlimited minutes?
Yeah. It's limited.
I'm sorry, did you say unlimited?
Unlimited.
Because kind of sounds like you're saying limited.
Oh, well, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, actually, your sign says limited too.
Get truly unlimited wireless anytime for just $40 a month. Metro PCS.
Hello.
Permission to speak freely.
Welcome back to the Barrett-Jackson Collector Car Auction.
Next up, it's the 2006 Dodge Charger.
It's the RT with a 340-horse Hemi, 18-inch alloys, muscular styling.
I particularly like this razor edging along here. Look at that, dual exhaust. Even the interior looks straight out of a custom shop.
75.
No, it's actually around 26.
Loaded up, straight out of the factory. Charger.
I'll take it.
Unleashed.
Well, the Raiders with the 13-6 lead here in the third quarter with 9:28 left. And a week from tonight, the Raiders will be in New England, trying to wrap up this preseason with a victory against the Saints. Back deep, as you see, that is Chris Vance. And alongside him is Fred McAfee.
You know, it's good to see Grant Nardi is, you know, the teams behind the starters, you know, are producing. They're moving the ball.
Yep.
And, you know, being productive. And I think that's what Norv Turner wants to see.
Janikowski to kick it away. And Vance has to chase for it at the 3. And he's going nowhere. And the Raiders wrestle him out of bounds. George Atkinson with a special guest. George?
Yes, I do, guys. I have the Raiders fullback, Zach Crockett. And Zach, the running game looked like it's productive this preseason. Look like you're getting a lot of touches.
Oh, definitely. It's just a change up, type of offense right now where, I'm the bigger back and then you got Lamont with Jordan coming in, with the quickness and power as well. So, we definitely put our best foot forward this year here, stepping up the running game.
When you talk about the running game, you talk about Lamont Jordan and yourself, it's a contrast. How would that contrast affect defenses?
Oh, man, you got me coming in pounding on them, and then you got another guy coming in with speed and power. And, with the receivers that we have, going to definitely, be attacked that they can't stop. So we're going to have some fun with it this year. We're definitely excited about all the guys are amped up for the season to get started. Preseason, you see a lot of positive things that's coming out of it, especially with the receiver game as well as the offense and the defense clicking together right now. And, hey, you're not going to win them all, but, we're doing the things that we're doing, which is positive for us, and which is building offense, building the camaraderie and having fun.
All right, man. Have a lot of fun this season, win a lot of football games.
Will do.
Back to you guys.
Well, I think Adrian McPherson should stop picking on Chris Carr.
You think? He played that extremely well, turned his head at the proper time, almost picked it off.
Good to hear from Zach Crockett, the veteran who had such a productive career. And good job there. Now, what a combination. You can bring him in the game to spell Lamont Jordan, and Hetherington can be there at blocking back. You get a lot of combinations, but the point is now you got two guys that are quality runners.
Zach's 32, 33 years old. He's been in the league for a long time, but, he relatively has fresh legs because he doesn't carry the ball very often except in short yardage and goal line situations.
And, we were just saying that already, the importance of having a guy that can get that yard when you need a yard.
Yeah, and you know what? I loved him at tailback last year when he had 134 yards against Jacksonville in the season finale. So he's a very versatile guy.
All right, third down and 6. McPherson now will tuck it and trying to get the first down on his own, and he does. He's to the 23-yard line. Akbar Abaja-Biamilia on the stop.
You take a look at Akbar. He's a guy that can really run around. Now, another mobile quarterback in Adrian McPherson, but it shows you the speed and the determination of some of the Raider young defensive linemen. Akbar, out of Los Angeles, Crenshaw High School, free agent 3 years ago from San Diego State. Can play up and he can play down. He can play a defensive end and nickel. He's a versatile player.
Well, I'll tell you, he didn't give up on that play. He almost got to the quarterback and then was able to run him down from behind. Good hustle by Akbar Abaja-Biamilia, and he's on the top of that pile with third quarter action. 7:45, 13-6. Raiders have led from the start. Jay Foreman on the stop, the 7th-year player from Nebraska. Well, the New Orleans Saints, they'll fly to San Antonio after the game, and they will be staying in the Lone Star State for the foreseeable future so they can figure out where they're going to be playing their games. They open up on the road on September 11th at Carolina. Nothing doing there. The Raiders defensive line equal to the challenge.
Grant, all indications are, though, that they will make their home this year at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. They're going to practice and move their personnel people. I think it's McCurry College.
That's correct.
Right in San Antonio. Stay somewhere at the Riverwalk as we take a look at Jim Haslett, the head football coach of these New Orleans Saints. And it's also just an hour ride from New Orleans, so it's got some close proximity to New Orleans.
All right, third down and 8. And McPherson and throws it complete. Henderson on the grab. And I think, the fact that the owner of the Saints, Tom Benson, has a couple of automobile dealerships in San Antonio
probably helps
as well. Is it only really an hour drive? There's got to be more than that.
I said an hour flight.
Hour flight, I was going to say. Because I was going to say you drive very fast.
Yeah, I know. No. It's an hour flight. I said flight. But no, it's obviously a horrible situation, and they're going to make the best they can possibly make out of it. Coach, don't ever knock my driving.
No, absolutely not.
You just never get in the car with me.
First down at the 35, and it's Joseph. And Joseph maybe a yard, if that. On the bottom of that pile again is Sands, Durdell Sands.
Watch Sands here. What a nice job of stopping at the line of scrimmage. He stuffs the blocker, comes off and makes the tackle. Now I'm telling you, if you stood next to Sands, he is one of the bigger, more imposing figures in all of the National Football League. Look at him compared to everybody else. He's about a head bigger than everybody else.
He looks like he's standing on a stool there.
I know. He's a big man.
Yes, he is.
Very physical.
Boy, you talk about the size of Sands. 6'7", 335 pounds. McPherson. Akbar Bajabi-Amelia keeps him in front of him, but he's able to hit the tight end, Lamar Hunt, or rather Lamont Hall, I beg your pardon. Lamont Hall has about 8. He is stopped at about the 44-yard line. It's going to be just shy of the first down. Make it 3rd and a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
You know, Adrian McPherson is a lot like Tuiasosopo. He's got good legs and get outside. You know, cause a few problems on the perimeter of the defenses. Hard to contain him.
Didn't you and I do an Arena Football League game once where he was the quarterback?
Yes, we did.
The Florida, whatever they were, Dragons
absolutely.
or something.
I think it was the Bobcats.
Bobcats.
Adrian McPherson. And again to the outside. And that is a first down to New Orleans native Michael Lewis.
Michael Lewis on the reception.
You know, you talked about Michael Lewis before not going to college, but Michael Lewis, number 84 from the Saints, has played in every league, it seems like, in the United States. The Arena Football League, National Football League Europe, the International Football League, the Canadian Football League. This guy's played everywhere, Grant. Must love football.
Yep. And being from New Orleans, grew up there, can only imagine what he's been going through this week. First down. And the Saints are in Raiders territory. Joseph on the carry and tackled by Corsi. And Michael Corsi, first year out of Columbia.
You know, Michael Corsi is from the National Football League International Development League, which means he will be a member of the Raiders practice squad this year and not count against the total number. He played a year ago for Frankfurt in the NFL Europe team.
All right, 2nd down and 8. Nate Poole in motion. And it's Joseph. And Joseph runs into Calvin Branch. And he's very close to the first down. You know, a lot of fans now familiar with NFL Europe, a lot of the games on television, and it's been a very interesting partnership with the National Football League.
And you know what happens here is you take a look at the Raider players that played in NFL Europe. When the cut down was last week to 65, these players did not count in that number. So the Raiders today have something like 76 players on the squad because these were roster exemptions. And I think that's a great rule.
76 players.
Makes a long season for those guys, though. It's year-round football.
Yes, it sure is. McPherson off the play action. And looking. And it is complete to Poole. And Poole stepped out of bounds. But not before he has the first down.
And that's what happens sometimes is as Chris Carr went for the interception and not the knockdown, he gave up a big play.
You got to take a look at it here now. Exactly what you said, Jim Plunkett. He goes for the interception, but the ball floats away from him, and he doesn't time as well as maybe he thought he could have.
He may have gotten a piece of that ball, actually.
Right.
But it is a first down. And you know what? I think this is a good play. North Turner's going to challenge this play. And I think that's correct. I thought he stepped out of bounds on that angle that we just had on the replay. And a good time for a challenge with 2:45 left 3rd quarter and up a touchdown.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field that the pass was complete at the sideline.
You know what, though? I think you're right, Grant, because officials and coaches need to get the kinks out of instant replay. Now, we'll take a look at it here again. Carr goes for the ball. He might touch it slightly, but there's no question Poole's got it. And you know what? Right there, he's out of bounds.
Now, I don't know about that.
That's out of bounds.
Yeah, that's out of bounds, but I don't know. It's going to be close. We'll be right back.
Altering days of summer come to pass. The time comes for an event so momentous it can't be missed. The Toyota Time Clearance Event. Right now through Labor Day weekend, all Siennas come with $750 cash back or a special lease, like $249 a month for 36 months with $2249 due at signing. It's your choice. $750 cash back or a special lease on Sienna. Catch astonishing Labor Day values now. When it comes to deals like these, everyone wins. That's moving you forward.
I'm like Jack's #1 fan. He just gets me. Jack, it's me! Jack! It's lunchtime! I was really craving another hot sandwich on his famous toasted sourdough bread. Then he comes out with the ultimate club. Oven roasted turkey, Black Forest ham, bacon, which I love, cheese, lettuce, tomato, like he made it just for me.
Doug, glad you like the ultimate club. Stop sending your hair sculptures. I have a stun gun.
Jack's the best.
Since we introduced the Ford Family Plan, hundreds of thousands of Americans have joined in on the savings. Now we're extending the plan until September 6th. Get the same low prices Ford employees pay for America's most popular line of SUVs. Family pricing on Ford Explorer, America's best-selling, most trusted SUV. Now get a Ford Explorer for just $22,826. That's a savings of over $7,800 for America's most trusted SUV. No hassles, no gimmicks. Visit your California Ford dealer today.
Bill Levy's still looking at the replays with the Raiders up 13-6. This is very, very close. First determination, all right, did he catch the football? He did catch it, but he juggles it first. The question is, when did he have control of this football? Now, guys, look, does he have control right there? If he does, there's one foot that it looks to be inbounds. There's the second foot that looks to be inbounds. So the question is, when did the official feel that he had control?
Yeah, it didn't look like he had control when that, I don't know if that toe.
The play, the receiver gained possession of the ball, had 2 feet inbounds. It is a catch. Oakland will be charged their second timeout.
And based on those pictures, I think that's the correct call.
I guess you got it right.
Again, it's got to be conclusive. And
it wasn't conclusive.
Not at all. Again, you got to give credit to Poole. He did a nice job of grabbing that ball and maintaining his balance inbounds. So it's at the 25-yard line with 2:45 left here in the third quarter. And it is a first down for the Saints. Hand off to Keith Joseph. And Joseph picks up 5 on the carry down to the 20-yard line. Well, some very important dates upcoming in the National Football League. And the first one is passed, but the second one already September 4th, which is Sunday. Teams have to be down to 53 men.
Yeah, absolutely. You get down to 53 men, then you choose your practice squad. But September 8th is the big one, and the 11th is a Sunday where the rest of the NFL is playing. But September 8th, the season officially begins with the Raiders back against New England.
Joseph. And he's not able to turn the corner. Good pursuit, flag down.
Marquise Smith again, number 41.
Holding. Number 69 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
You know, whenever we got in the red zone, you know, I always tell my linemen, remember the snap count and keep your hands in, just so we don't get a penalty needlessly.
And the Saints have had several holding calls tonight.
You know what? There seems to be more penalties, and we'll see what happens at the end of the game in this game tonight for some reason than any of our other preseason games so far this year. Maybe it's because both teams are using more players. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Certainly, I can understand the Saints committing penalties with the week they've had. Football is at the 30-yard line. Split backs for McPherson. And Joseph to the 25-yard line.
Keith Joseph again, the ball carrier.
Keith Joseph gets the football just inside that marker, and he's going to be 10 yards short of the first down. So it's going to be third down and 10 for the New Orleans Saints. How will the week differ with the game now a week from tonight and a travel day to New England?
Well, today is Sunday on the Raiders calendar.
All right.
And tomorrow's Monday. And then you go right up to that, where next Thursday is technically Sunday in your mind and in your practice week.
And McPherson will keep it. And he's going to be short of the first down. So basically what you're saying is Saturday would be an off day for the Raiders.
Exactly. So, but what I'm also saying, though, Grant, is that, yeah, that's right. But the Raiders will leave on Wednesday morning to fly back to Providence. Obviously land, have a walkthrough back there, then hang around all day Thursday, which in their minds is Sunday morning, and then go play the game on Thursday evening.
And usually when you have a 3-hour trip, you leave 2 days in advance. But since this is a night game, they can afford to leave just the day before.
So it's going to be Carney trying to make it a 13-9 game. This from 38 yards. And he missed it. So, with 10 seconds left in the third, the Raiders will get the football back, leading by 7.
Chevy's proud to have the best-selling full-size SUVs 5 years in a row. Like Tahoe, with best-in-class fuel economy. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them with the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. The employee discount is continuing. Get an 05 Tahoe LS 2-wheel drive for an employee discount price of $28,572. See your Northern California Chevy dealer.
For a good.
Came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
Mocha.
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin. Yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Mulate. Do one.
I'm Rich Harden. Chase Chevrolet gets you home faster than my fastball. Well, maybe not that fast.
100% California. Chase Chevrolet on Hallman Road off Highway 99 at Hammer Lane in Stockton. Chase Chevrolet. Buy into it.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Sleep Train Mattress Centers. Your ticket to a better night's sleep.
My mother had 100 recipes for whooping ass.
I will slap your name out the phone book and call Ma Bell and tell her I did it.
Everybody Hates Chris, Thursdays this fall.
Hey, this past Sunday, McAfee Coliseum was completely Raiderized. It was the first ever Raider Nation celebration. 15,000 fans just had a great time. Kid zones, the legend autograph areas, and more. And boy, I'll tell you, Artie, what a great day. I mean, the on-field presentation was also memorable. Interviews with legends. You had the Raiderette performances. And, of course, most of all, an on-field skills demonstration by the Raiders.
And you know what was great, too? The players had a lot of fun throwing footballs into the stands. And our own George Atkinson served as one of the MC guys from the field. Steve Wisniewski was there. Wiz, did you have a good time?
Oh, it was unbelievable. The outpouring of support for the Oakland Raiders is phenomenal. 15,000 people were here. There was nothing else going on other than the practice and the Raiderettes and us legends. But they are excited about the silver and black this year.
And don't tell George because his head will swell up, but don't tell George you did a good job.
At the third quarter.
And how about that, Andrew Walker to Teo Johnson to end the third quarter on a big pass play. And the fourth quarter still ahead. The Raiders leading 13-6.
You know,
I beg your pardon. Well, yeah, now we'll have the fourth quarter, but they'll switch ends here.
But I tell you, Teo Johnson is one tough guy. He's a hybrid tight end, wide receiver.
And now we will take the break, and we'll come right back on the Raiders Television Network.
Day at the last blast of summer. Going on now at Folsom Lake Toyota. This is your last chance to get huge savings on all remaining new 2005 Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Like the new 2005 Camry V6, just $199 a month. A brand new 05 Sienna, only $21,988. And get $1,500 cash back on new 05 Tundra Double Cab and $2,000 cash back on Access Cab. Celebrate Labor Day and your last chance to get year-end pricing on remaining new 2005s. Hurry to Folsom Lake Toyota today.
I'm the head groundskeeper for the Oakland A's, so it's my job to make the field look perfect.
Yeah, you could say I'm a stickler for details. That's why I like watching the away games in high def on Comcast digital cable. It's so realistic, I can even see what kind of shape other fields are in.
Hey, even groundskeepers like to compete.
Get Comcast digital cable with On Demand for $29.99 a month. Plus, add HBO for $10 a month more. Call 1-800-COMCAST.
Nice ride.
Thank you, Mocha Coca. Chrysler and Jeep came up on Buku Awards. And Dodge trucks last as long as the Deagle Double Chisel. Plus, I got the hookup, nephew, for sure.
You know, I'm not too sure of what you just said. Now everybody gets a great deal.
For shizzle, I zizzle.
This Labor Day weekend, get employee pricing plus on remaining 2005 models.
If the ride is more fly, then you must buy.
That's what I hear.
Hurricane Katrina has devastated Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama.
The storm has passed, but the real struggle has just begun.
Hundreds of thousands have been forced from their homes, and masses are without food, clean water, and shelter.
but you can help. Call the Red Cross donation hotline at 1-800-HELP-NOW. Don't sit on the sidelines. The victims of Hurricane Katrina need your support. Join the team and donate.
DeJuan Green on the carry to open up this fourth quarter.
You know, Grant, Artie, you can't help but be impressed with Andrew Walter. You know, he sees the field very well. He's got a good presence in the pocket. He's doing pretty much what they're asking of him. Yeah, it's hard to believe he's a rookie the way he's played.
And you know what? This is a big night for him because this might be the last time we see him for a while.
Might be.
You know, Kerry Collins is a starting quarterback. Tui will go into the season, presumably as the number 2 guy. So this guy might not play much this year, if at all.
So he's getting valuable experience right here. Francis bottom of the screen with Morant. And Walter tied up. So they get to Andrew Walter that time for the sack and a big loss on the play. Ronald McKinnon got there first.
You know, it was a blitz that time. He didn't see it. He came. McKinnon came uncontested, and he gets it. Now watch McKinnon come right here and knock him down. He grabs him. He steps up in the pocket. He's got to protect the ball a little bit, I would think, and he goes down.
And now his job right now is to get him within field goal range.
Yeah.
Preferably pick up the first down, but if not possible, get him a little closer. So Sebastian come in and kick a field goal.
All right, they have to get the football to the 27. It's 3rd down and 15. Quick pass deflected at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
You know, I'm surprised somebody could deflect this ball. He's so tall.
Thinking the same thing. I was going to say the exact same thing. That's pretty hard to do. And again, that was Tony Bryant, number 92, the ex-Oakland Raider, playing defensive line here for the Saints.
And he's one of the guys that can do it because he's 6'6", too.
Yes, 6'6", 282. Yep. You're going to see Bryant come in, number 92, just leap at the perfect time. Great timing by him.
So it's 4th down, and the Raiders will punt it away. And Leckler, nice job there. I mean, this is preseason football. You don't want him to get hurt. Penalty marker down. That's going to be
intentional grounding. Number 9 lost it down. First down, Saints. Timeout.
You know, guys, I know if it's regular season game, you wouldn't see that, but that's a smart play right there by Leckler. And we'll come back, and the Saints will have the football.
Papa Murphy's for having my pizza ready when I am.
Thanks, Papa Murphy's, for not skimping on the toppings.
Thanks, Papa Murphy's, for the best pizza in the universe.
Papa Murphy's wants to say thank you, too, by offering everyone a large pepperoni pizza for only $4.99 during Customer Appreciation Days. Fresh dough, 100% real cheese, and 60 slices of premium pepperoni, and for only $4.99. You definitely don't want to miss out. Handmade in our kitchen, home baked in your oven. That's Papa Murphy's.
Well, the Chrysler Group's done it again with their most award-winning and freshest lineup ever.
Chrysler Group vehicles are projected to retain their value better than Ford or GM.
Chrysler Group vehicles have significantly improved quality over the last 3 years.
You know, there's still something missing here.
This Labor Day weekend, get employee pricing plus cash allowance on the remaining 2005 Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge models.
So remember, if you can find a better car, buy it. Now we're talking.
America, you've asked us for cleaner, more wholesome family entertainment.
I say it quiet, or else I kill the bunny!
We said no.
This is freaking me out, dude.
Now everyone gets to see the most irresponsible show on TV.
Beat the man better television. You are now a showstring. Yeah, whatever, you fat.
South Park, 5 nights a week this fall.
All right.
Premiere September 19th on UPN 31 Cable 12.
13-6, and the Saints get the football at the 45 of the Raiders.
Okay, being an old special teams coach, here's what happens. Jordan Hicks is the center. What he's going to do, he's going to try to block this guy over here too quickly before he snaps, which causes the snap to go to the left of Shane Leckler, or excuse me, to the right of Shane Leckler. He moved too quickly to accomplish his block, thus it ended up in a bad snap.
And the last thing Shane Leckler wants to do is re-injure that leg, so he just threw it away. McPherson on a first down, and he throws, and it is dropped. Carr on the coverage, the pass intended for Poole. And, hey, we got George Atkinson. He's ready to go. He's got a special, or it's Steve, I beg your pardon. Steve Wisniewski. Sorry about that, buddy.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm joined by free safety Stuart Swigert in his second year out of Purdue. Last year, Stuart, you were just worried about, not getting your hair scalped as a rookie on this team. What's it feel like? What's your mindset like in your second year going in knowing that you're a starter at the free safety position?
It's a completely different feeling. When you're coming in as a rookie, you're real focused on really trying just to make the team and fit in somewhere. Coming in as a starter, there's more pressure on you. You have to make sure because you have a lot of guys that want to take your position. So you're the guy that has to go out there and at free safety make the calls, and you have to have confidence in yourself, and your players have to have confidence in you to make the right check. So
you're a quarterback in that defensive backfield. Tell me about some of these young players. The Raiders used a first-round pick on Fabian Washington, a second on Stanford Route. How's their development been?
Fabian and Stanford have been doing great. They're natural playmakers. They're guys that can fly around. Make plays. Right now, they just need to get an understanding of the defense a little bit, but that's any rookie out there. And I think this preseason, they've definitely improved.
You face a real prolific passer in Tom Brady this week. What do you guys have in mind to go and to stump him? What's your mindset going into New England next Thursday night?
Well, their record at home speaks for itself. So, that's a challenge right there. And Brady's a guy who can turn a defense into nothing out there. So defensively, we just have to make sure that we, play our positions, talk out there, communicate, and that place is going to be rocking. So communication is a big thing in that game.
Absolutely. You're doing a great job. Back up to you, Grant.
All right, Wiz, we appreciate it. And boy, Swigert, who really opened up eyes last year at this time in the preseason, who stood out and had a very nice rookie campaign. And as we pointed out, he's going to be starting, as he did at the end of last year, as Chris Carr makes the fair catch against the New England Patriots 1 week from tonight. Raiders football when we come back with the lead, 13-6.
Nice ride.
Thank you, Mocha Coca. Chrysler and Jeep came up on Buku Awards. And Dodge trucks last as long as the Deagle Double Chisel. Plus, I got the hookup, nephew, for sure.
I'm not too sure of what you just said. Now everybody gets a great deal.
For shizzle, Ika Zizzle.
This Labor Day weekend, get employee pricing plus on remaining 2005 models.
If the ride is more fly, then you must buy.
That's what I hear.
Come on out!
Where are you?
Come on out.
Chicken.
The Western Chicken with bacon and onion rings, new at Carl's Jr.
Hyundai summer clearance has been held over, so save the dates to save big. Come get up to $4,000 cash back on select models. There are just a few days left to save on the B6 Hyundai Santa Fe. And don't forget, Hyundai's award-winning quality lets us offer America's best warranty. It's your last chance for up to $4,000 cash back. Held over through Labor Day at Hyundai. So hurry in. Hyundai summer clearance has been held over. Hurry in for up to $4,000 cash back.
Well, the Raiders with the football, and they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Walter looks, throws left, and he has what is becoming his favorite receiver, Johnny Morant.
Nice stop route by Johnny Morant on the sidelines. Takes it up about 8 yards, stops. Defender runs right by him. Can't stop at the same time. There's Morant taking him hard up the field and coming to a stop.
Boy, is there anything not to like about Johnny Morant?
No, he's shown it all. He gets deep. He catches the ball sure-handedly.
Big, strong guy. The only thing he lacks, guys, is obviously a little experience in the National Football League.
2nd and 3. There's Carlos Francis on the move. They set up the little screen pass. Green. And, oh, boy, a big hit right there. And he does not get the first down. tackled hard by LeVar Fisher.
Now, Jim, I'll tell you, there was some confusion that time when Carlos Francis went down inside in motion. You're going to see it to the right of your screen here. He comes inside right there, but watch Johnny Morant. He says, hey, what's going on? Which is why there are 3 Saint defenders rallying up on Green. There was some confusion in the blocking and the motion that time between the 2 second-year guys, Morant and Francis.
All right, it's 3rd down and 3 for the Raiders. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up, and it is complete. And run out of bounds was Randall Williams. Fans look for a penalty for a late hit. No, as Terrence Melton on the coverage, but not before a Raiders first down, and that will keep the drive alive.
You know, I thought the blitz was picked up very nice. A good throw by Walter, and a nice catch by Randall Williams.
Boy, that's awfully close.
It's awfully close, boy. Little extracurricular activity, as they say. I think the fans are right.
Yep, I think so.
Boy, you know, that's the kind of thing that can get somebody hurt, and that would be just disastrous to get a guy hurt in the 4th quarter of the 4th preseason game.
Green now pops outside. And he can't turn the corner. The containment was there by Fred Booker, first-year man out of LSU.
But Green was able to pick up some yards as he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, almost tackled for a loss, bounces outside, picks up about 5 yards.
You know, I think the Raider coaches are coaching the bounce out this year because it seems like we've seen it a lot more this preseason than ever before. There's no hole inside, bang, take a route and get outside. Lamont Jordan does it very well. Fargas does it well. This guy does it well. Of course, Zach Crocker's just going to run you over. You're not going to bounce anywhere.
2nd and 5. And now Walter rolling, looking, and underneath he has his man. And again it's Williams, and he has a Raiders first down. Randall Williams, and Andrew Walter looks just so calm back there for the Raiders at quarterback.
He does, and that was the straight drop back pass that we've seen from him normally. He gets outside the pocket, finds Randall Williams underneath, dumps it off to him. He just sees the field very well. Very experienced kind of guy because he came from a passing situation at Arizona State.
So a first down in the Saints territory at the 46-yard line. 4th quarter action, 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. The Raiders have had the lead from the get-go on that opening drive, 80-yard drive for the Raiders. Looking long, and a juggling opportunity dropped by Cedric Bonner. But again, the key thing here, Plunk, that ball's thrown right on the money.
It's right on the money. He throws it before he actually runs by the defender. Cedric Bonner had his hands on it, and it's just like the pass he threw to Johnny Morant. He had to stretch out and make the catch. Good block, pumps fakes down the middle to hold the safety, and hits him right on the money. Those are the kind of catches you got to make.
Wow.
And you know, once you do, you'll turn the coach's head.
Boy, can you throw the ball any better than
that?
No.
That's a very catchable. I'm not criticizing Bonner here. That's certainly a catchable pass.
Hey, in my opinion, it's a catchable ball.
Yeah, I said it is.
All right, 2nd down, play action. Walter rolling, and he'll just throw that away. And that will be a 3rd down and 10 for the Raiders.
And you know, Jim, you make a great point about the system. These guys that come out of a passing system.
Grounding. The quarterback was out of the pocket.
You know, a traditional underneath the center drop back system. You can see how advanced he is to fit into Norv Turner's vertical game.
You know, a lot of these guys come out of a school where they either have the real quick passing situation, West Coast offense, if you will,
or Alex
a running
Smith
game
in a shotgun all the time.
Right.
Totally different.
Yeah, absolutely. So he seems much more comfortable.
All right, it's 3rd down. 10 to go. Saints show blitz, but now they drop off. And they missed the exchange. Loose ball fumble. And the Saints are saying they have it.
You know, that happens sometimes when you put a new center in the game. Vince Carter, number 61, the rookie center out of Oklahoma, is the guy snapping the ball. Not saying it's his fault.
And it is New Orleans football.
Take a look at Carter, who experienced a lot of wins as a Sooner under Bobby Stoops.
8:58 left, 4th quarter, and the Saints down 7, get it back.
Good day, Sacramento.
31 violations inside of this South Sacramento restaurant. Can they get all of those violations cleaned up? You'll see it on Watch What You Eat.
And images of devastation can be hard on kids. How to explain what happened to your children.
I'm Marianne McClary. That's Good Day Sacramento tomorrow morning on UPN 31 Cable 12.
My mother had 100 recipes for whooping ass.
I will slap your name out the phone book and call Ma Bell and tell her I did it.
Everybody Hates Chris, Thursdays this fall.
Matt and I encountered some pretty ugly situations on patrol. Yeah, this poor guy got some crazy mystery meat chicken on a pizza from a cut-rate chain. Grossed him out. We're getting you to Round Table, because they only use tasty strips of all-white meat char-grilled chicken. You're gonna be okay, buddy.
Come taste the Round Table difference. Try the new Chicken Smokehouse Pizza with tender, all-white meat chicken and much more. Only at Round Table.
Millions of American families rely on Ford. Right now, Ford invites you to join the Ford Family Plan and pay the same low price as our employees and their families pay. Until September 6th, you'll get our discounts on the entire family of Ford SUVs in stock, including the roomy and powerful Expedition. Now get a Ford Expedition for just $29,508. That's a savings of nearly $9,000 for America's most trusted full-size SUV. No hassles, no gimmicks. Visit your local California Ford dealer today, and welcome to the family.
Raiders with the lead, 13-6 here in the fourth quarter. We want to tell you that KTVU Channel 2 and Action 36 Cable 6 are joining with the American Red Cross and the Salvation Army to help Hurricane Katrina victims. To help, send your checks or money order to the Family to Family Katrina Relief Fund at the address on your screen, Post Office Box 22222, Oakland 94623, or just stop by any Bay Area Wells Fargo bank. Well, the Saints down a touchdown. McPherson still a quarterback. Looking long. And Carr on the coverage, and he was step for step with DeVary Henderson. Nice job by Carr on the coverage.
Well, they like to go after Chris Carr, I tell you, and he's only had one successful pass against him for about 15 yards. Other than that, Chris Carr's done a great job.
Punk, would you say that he is the surprise of this year's training camp? Because we kind of knew something about a lot of the rookies that were drafted and brought in. Morrison, Hawthorne we knew about, Washington route. But to me, he's the surprise, isn't he?
He is a little bit, but, they were high on him. He just got hurt, couldn't play some, but you're right. He's performed very well, both on special teams and as a defensive back.
The delay to Joseph. And Joseph has the first down. Bernard Walker on the tackle, but not before a gain of 12 yards.
You know what? The Raider defense has played pretty well, especially in the last 5 possessions. As you take a look at it, I mean, a punt, the field goal, a missed field goal, the punt. That's pretty good defense by Rob Ryan's crew.
And they'll need to play some good defense here to keep the Saints out of the end zone. On a first down and 10, Saints looking for their first touchdown of the ball game. Joseph, nothing doing. Nothing doing at all as Corsi comes in to make the stop. Michael Corsi. And let's now check in with George Atkinson. George?
Guys, speaking of good defense, the Raiders defense this preseason has been pretty good. And one of the reasons being is Derek Burgess here is a new addition to the Raiders and brings a lot of speed over from Philadelphia. Derek, talk about this defense and what it means to you coming here to the Raiders defense.
Well, it means a lot, man, just because there's so much tradition here. I like it's a great bunch of guys, man. It's just hard workers, and I see a whole lot of positive things.
When you look at the defense, how much difference is this defense than the defense you played in Philadelphia?
Well, right now, the only thing is just the cohesiveness, man. We ain't been playing together. In Philly, we've been together like 3-4 years, and we just got used to each other. That's the only thing I see right now. And like Philly, it was more of a blitz type defense, and we're more just straight ahead, whip a man, and that's what football is about.
When you look at defense and you talk about speed and what makes a defense successful, you bring that speed here to this defense. And talk about your speed and how can you help the defense here from last year?
Well, man, I got a pretty good get off, man, and I just like to get a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback as much as possible. And then I got DeLawrence Grant with me, so we both bring a whole lot of speed over there.
Okay, man, back to you guys.
All right, appreciate it. They're looking to hem in McPherson. Now he throws it incomplete. And it's going to be a fourth down. So the Raiders again able to stop the Saints. And they'll look to get the football back.
That was good pressure with only a 3-man rush that time. They went in coverage, came after the quarterback, McPherson, with only 3-man rush, and put some pressure on him, caused him to throw the ball away.
And number 94 shows up again. Akbar, like we talked about, a fast, athletic type defensive end. Boy, he's great in situations like this because he's going to chase the quarterback down.
Berger to punt it away, the Pro Bowler. Got two of the best punters in the National Football League going tonight with Leckler for the Raiders. His car able to pick it up on the hop, and Mitch Berger for the Saints. So 6.5 left, and the Raiders have the football, leading by 7.
At your #1 Ford dealer, Future Ford in the Roseville Auto Mall, it's the final days of our friends and family employee pricing. The biggest and best weekend to buy.
More than what was expected of him. You know, drafted a little late because of an injury, but he's performed extremely well in both the games that he's played in.
You know what? And so have a lot of the other Raider rookies this year, between Rowden and Washington at the corners, Morrison and Riddle at the linebacker positions. This is going to end up being an outstanding draft class for the Oakland Raiders.
13-6. Saints will.
Unsportsmanlike foul on the bench. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Well, you heard the call as the Raiders will be backed up. And it's on the bench. North Turner wants an explanation on the near sideline.
Who's it on?
It's on the bench.
Yeah,
this is the bench.
There's a lot of people on the bench here.
I hope it's not George Atkinson, Grant.
No, I hope not either. Well, the average field position for the Raiders in this game has been their own 23-yard line. This is the 9th drive of the football game for the Raiders, and they've all started in their own territory. Omar easy, and nothing easy on that carry. Well, the Saints are going to leave after this ball game for San Antonio, and absolutely all of our hearts and prayers with you, to the folks down in that region of the country along the Gulf Coast in Louisiana, Mississippi, and you can call 1-800-HELP now to donate to the Hurricane Katrina Relief Fund. Well, I was telling you, I was down on the field before the game talking to some of the players on the Saints, and their locker room was very, very quiet. I walked in there for a minute, and it was definitely somewhat somber as you look at Omar Easy, and he's across the 20 to the 22, and they know what they have ahead of them. They are going to have to get together as a football team and play away from home. And again, they feel like they have a civic responsibility to the people to bring any type of positive attitude to that region.
And you know what? We've all been in New Orleans playing or coaching or broadcasting. I've done a couple games in Hattiesburg up in southern Mississippi. It's just unbelievable to me what that damage is like just from seeing it on television.
You know, and I heard a former Iraqi soldier living in New Orleans saying that the situation there, the catastrophe, the food lines, it was worse than Iraq.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. That's amazing.
All right, Walter. And caught at the 30-yard line. And again, Walter putting it right where it had to be.
Johnny Moran again.
Yep, fine catch.
Well, you wonder, you know, at Syracuse, you know, again, he was in an offense where it was mainly an option offense. And he did such a great job of blocking, but he had some unbelievable potential. He's a big guy. He's an athletic guy. But, boy, has he come along nicely here in the last, 6 months. It's the end of last season.
4.5 left. First down. Nicholas in motion. And Omar Easy, and he's across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Trying to use some valuable time here on the clock with 4:15 and moving.
Easy had a cup of coffee for a year or two with the Chiefs, and born in Jamaica, played at Everett High School in Massachusetts, comes to the Oakland Raiders from the Chiefs, as I said, and was a 4-year player for Joe Paterno at Penn State.
He actually had a couple of cups of coffee with the Chiefs because he played in 15 games last year. Yeah, I mean, and trying to make this football team, and here are some valuable minutes for him with under 4 minutes remaining. Nicholas in motion. Here is Easy, or rather it's Green now, I beg your pardon, and Green is to the 35-yard line. Jimmy Verdon on the stop for the New Orleans Saints.
And a guy like Easy, I don't believe is going to beat out Chris Hetherington at all at fullback. But if he's going to make this football team, he's going to do it as a backup fullback and a very good special teams guy. So every time he takes a kicking unit on the field, or he's on a kicking unit on the field, that's really important to his future.
Plunk certainly with a third down here. I know, again, we're talking about a young quarterback who's looked very good. One thing he's got to make sure you don't turn the ball over here with this time remaining.
Oh, absolutely not. And one of the things they haven't been able to do is run the ball very well in this particular game. So you've got to rely a little bit more on the pass.
Here comes the blitz. And again, it's Johnny Morant. Little hesitation move, and Morant has the first down. And maybe you can talk about already finding a guy like Walter already has a favorite receiver.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But you got to look at the confidence that the coaches have in Andrew Walter, a rookie, to throw on third down like that.
And the blitz was coming too, and you got to credit the offensive line. They did a great job picking it up.
Yes, they did.
But you got to do it here, don't you, Jim? With a guy like Morant and with a guy like Walter, look, 6 receptions, 161 yards, my goodness. But this is the only chance maybe Walter's going to get for at least a while. It's also great numbers for Walter.
Yeah, 12 of 19, 219 yards. And a big hole, DeJuan Green. And he's to the 32.
Well, this is going to make Norv Turner very happy when you see your backup group of players come in, control the ball, run out the clock, and maybe put this game away. Now watch the hole up inside. It's an excellent job by the offensive line up front of blocking. And it's a good job by Green of just seeing a hole and getting up in there. Vision is so important, guys, in the ability to be a successful running back.
Plus, he hesitated just long enough for that block to occur, so he ran in behind it. A big game, the best running play of the day.
And a little shake and bake at the end.
And Walter runs him up to the line of scrimmage with the play clock at 3, 2, and good recognition by Walter, seeing that the play clock was winding down, and DeJuan Green is hit behind the line of scrimmage, was coming up to make the pop. Was Bullocks, and that will get us to the 2-minute warning. Raiders with the lead and the football.
Chevy's proud to have the best-selling full-size SUVs 5 years in a row. Like Suburban, ranked highest in initial quality. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. With the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Now, get an 05 Suburban LS 2-wheel drive for an employee discount price of $30,682 after $3,000 cash back. See your Northern California Chevy dealer.
For a good. Came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
Mocha?
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin, yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Mulate. Do one.
I'm Barry Zito. You want the car of your dreams?
You gotta chase it to catch it.
100% California. Chase Chevrolet. Buy into it.
100% California. Chase Chevrolet on Holman Road off Highway 99 at Hammer Lane in Stockton. Chase Chevrolet. Buy into it.
This fall, Bernie knows best. Somebody get in your face. You gotta make them think like you crazy.
The Bernie Mac Show.
The Bernie Mac Show premieres September 12th on UPN 31.
Raiders trying to get their first win of the preseason. Want to tell you they're back again. We're talking about the Silver and Black Show teams. Raider legend Jim Plunkett with host Greg Papa. This show provides all the latest news, in-depth analysis, and exclusive interviews with Raider players and coaches. And then there's Behind the Shield. That's hosted by George Atkinson. Your backstage pass to the Raider organization. This show offers unparalleled access to Raiders players, coaches, and fans. And all season long, they're the folks calling a game. Greg Papa on the right. Tom Flores, John Kingdon, who does a great job spotting and helping out those guys in the broadcast crew with the flagship station of the Raiders radio network. That is Hot Talk 560 KSFO, and you can listen to those guys every single Raiders game. Carlos Francis in motion, and DeJuan Green tackled for a loss, and the Saints now will use a timeout.
Timeout, New Orleans. That's their first charge. Timeout. 30-second timeout.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the Raiders do on this 3rd down and long, whether they keep it on the ground and make the Saints use another timeout, or if they put it up in the air, take a chance of throwing it incomplete and stopping the clock.
Well, let's see. It's a what? It's a 52-yard field goal.
Yep.
So field goal's probably out of the question, right?
Yeah.
Especially being on the dirt, because you don't get as good a traction in terms of the the lead up to the ball.
And, I'm interested, and I want to add this. The last 2 weeks, the Raiders have had a chance basically to win the game on a field goal. They missed it in Houston, and then they missed one last week. And I wonder if what goes through a coach's mind in a situation like this. You don't really worry about Janikowski going into the season. He's one of the league's best kickers. Right. But it'll be interesting to see what they do here if they don't make the first down.
I think that's a great point.
Nicholas in motion. 3rd down and 11. Walter. And, boy, another well-thrown ball, but it's going to be well short of the first down to Randall Williams. What touch Andrew Walter puts on that football.
So that was an amazing throw. He was under pressure. Defensive end coming at him. Didn't go for the fake at all. And Andrew Walter, anticipates, leads them, floats it to him to give him the opportunity to catch the ball. That's all the receivers ask for.
It's 4th and 10 now.
Yep.
I see Joe Avizano asking Norv Turner, what do you want to do? Norv's going to make a decision. And looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, looks like,
no. Changed his mind. He's going to punt.
Yep.
And I think that's the prudent thing to do in this situation. Kicking off the dirt at 50-plus yards. If you don't make it, you give the Saints great field position. So it's
and what you try to do here too, Jim, is sky punt it. We try to drop the ball inside the 10.
Delay a game.
Saints go 90.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
About the only thing the Raiders didn't do in that play, obviously they would have liked to stay in bounds. The Saints did not have to use their 2nd timeout. So when they get the football back, they will have 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time left with 1:49, and the Raiders backed up 5 yards.
And just so the viewers know that penalty was intentional to give Shane Leckler a little bit more room to kick the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Henderson is at his 10-yard line. There's a look at Henderson with the Raiders getting ready to punt the football. This time a good snap.
And a great punt.
Yep.
Great punt. Just exactly what you want as a special teams coach.
Boy, look at that. They down it at the 2-yard line. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything more.
Perfect.
And I'll tell you, there's a guy, number 86, that's playing extremely well on special teams for the Raiders.
We ISO'd him earlier, and he gets down the field. And you know what? He gets in position to get that bouncing football, which is not easy to do.
No, it's hard to do, and Leckler changes his kicking style when it's a sky punt. Watch what he does here. He tries to make it more of an end-over-end kick, so when the ball hits the ground, and this is hard to do, it's almost like a rugby kick, the ball will bounce up and back and not just scoot into the end zone. That's a practice play. That's why it's a Pro Bowl.
If the Saints are going to tie this game, they're going to have to go 98 yards in 1:40. McPherson looking incomplete. And that'll be a 2nd down and 10. Again, the Saints have 2 timeouts left. Chris Carr again on the coverage, but that ball was well off target.
Jim, do you really think that McPherson's just more comfortable throwing to his left? Because that's about the 10th time now they've gone after Carr.
Yeah, and there would be no reason to really specifically go after Chris Carr
in a preseason game.
I just think he likes throwing to his left. He's more comfortable.
Interesting.
Pressure. Now McPherson plants and throws, and it is complete across the middle, and he has his tight end there, and gain of about, make it 18 yards. Banks on the tackle.
Excuse me, Grant.
The reception.
Maximum coverage that time by the Raiders, rushing 3 and dropping 8.
So it's a 1st down. Now McPherson using his athleticism to get out of the pocket and throws it away. And that will bring up a 2nd down. Guys, you know what I find interesting, and the legend and Plunk, you can talk about run right there. He is on the near sideline, okay, and the clubhouse assistant, he's got a towel on his hand, and as the Saints come up to the line of scrimmage, he is waving that towel over his head to get the fans going.
Yeah, that run's a legend in the Raider organization, been around forever. He's a friend to everybody. He's just a guy you love to have around.
And a handsome devil.
Oh, isn't it?
Look at him.
Here he is. He's waving to one of his girlfriends, I think.
And there's McPherson. And they got him. And they've got him sacked back at the 17-yard line.
Ryan Riddle, the sack artist, taken by the Raiders.
Timeout, New Orleans. That's their second charge.
In the sixth round.
30-second timeout.
14.5 sacks last year at Cal. Does a great job. Watch him right here. He's going to spin underneath the offensive tackle. Starts up the field. Boom. He's going to come underneath and keep fighting and goes right to McPherson. That's an excellent pass rush by this versatile athlete from Berkeley.
You know, and this time they came with a 4-man rush, try to put a little bit more pressure on the quarterback, not give him a lot of time to throw.
Guys, while we have a few seconds here, let's talk about some of the positives in the preseason. I mean, I think you start with Lamont Jordan, all right, because he's the new running back, and guys, you know, he adds so much to this Raiders offense.
Oh, what a great acquisition Lamont Jordan has been. He catches the ball well, he runs extremely well, he pass protects well. You know, everything you can ask for, he's got.
All right, it's 3rd down and 14. One timeout left for the Saints, but they have to get the first down. More importantly, McPherson, 3-man rush, steps, looks, and underneath it goes and dropped by Joseph, and he'd love to have that one back.
No, he certainly would. It was put right in his hands. He probably wasn't going to pick up a whole lot. He's probably going to head for the out of bounds, but still, you got to make that grab.
Saints are going to go for it here. And Grant, you know, looking on the other side of the ball, I just think that this defense looks faster. I think they look more energetic. They're obviously, their statistics are better, especially on 3rd down, which to me was the biggest issue coming into this season.
All right, here we go. As you said, it's 4th down and 14. 44 seconds left, and here's your ball game. Nobody open. And now he does find his receiver, and a big hit late on Nate Poole as he was tackled hard by Edward Thomas, but a first down, and now the Saints will take the timeout.
With the timer for 34 seconds on the game clock, New Orleans called timeout. 34 seconds. That's their 3rd and final charge timeout.
This is great movement by McPherson, but watch this hit here by number 27, the first rounder, Fabian Washington out of Nebraska.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We talk about the Raiders, and boy, their first string played so well in the preseason, and Kerry Collins. We talked about Lamont Jordan. Jordan's been running the ball well, but here's also a nice added addition. Here's a guy that can catch the football, runs over people. Randy Moss, a couple of receptions on that drive, including a 27-yard touchdown. That was the touchdown that put the Raiders on top 7-0. And really, you know, you talk about the defense, Artie, and you were just commenting on that. You said they are quicker, playing better. They got after, the quarterback and Todd Bowman in that first couple of series, and really, you know, again, they have held the Saints without a touchdown here for the whole ball game.
And again, I don't mean it sounds phony or put phony words into people's mouths, but they seem more confident in what they're doing this year than as opposed to a year ago.
All right, here we go. It's first down. Time obviously a factor with 34 seconds. McPherson looking, and now he will run. He's got some room along the near sideline. He will get to the out-of-bounds marker right at the 45-yard line, and that now has just 25 seconds on the clock.
You know, there's one thing about being a running quarterback that sometimes gets you in trouble. You need to find, you're running out of time. It's the end of the game. You want to try and tie out the score. And, you just have to hang back there a little bit longer and find a receiver down the field. More yardage, get the timeout, and move forward. Sometimes, running does not get you that much.
And it takes a lot of time off the clock, too.
Absolutely.
So it's down to 2nd and 2 with 25 seconds remaining. New Orleans, again, they have no timeouts left. Five receivers out there. Empty formation. McPherson again on the move. And he'll throw it out of bounds. That took 9 seconds.
Well, it's a good test here for these young defensive players from the Raiders to see a guy like this run around and, put you into a potential negative situation. But, at the top of the telecast, Grant, we talked about what the Raiders had to do tonight. And number one was to stay healthy. And it looks like no one was injured tonight, knock on wood, so I think they accomplished that. Second was, to decide on the remaining roster spots. Coaches will decide that. But number 3 was special teams, and their special teams got a lot of solid work.
All right, 15 seconds left. It's 3rd down. And again, McPherson throws underneath, incomplete. And now it's down to 9 seconds and 4th down. So they got to get the first down. They have no timeouts, and the defense Rob Ryan below us off cameras telling the guys he wants his entire defensive backfield to get back 30 yards off the line of scrimmage.
And with only 9 seconds to go, with 55 yards for a touchdown, they've got to put the ball way down the field, hope for a great catch or a pass interference.
This is what you call a prevent defense.
Yeah.
You got about 4 players within 15 yards of the line of scrimmage.
3-man rush. McPherson, and he'll go to the end zone. Final play of the game, and that's it. It's all over, and the Raiders beat the New Orleans Saints. So North Turner gets the victory, but the victory he wants more is a week from tonight as the season starts for real against the New England Patriots. The Raiders tonight beat the Saints 13-6. We'll be back right after this on the